Welcome, my friends. Today, what's on the menu is being hosted by Piazza Dolce in Winchester, Massachusetts. And we'll let the owner, Alexandra, I'm not going to go into her last name because it's pretty difficult to understand, but she'll go to it. And her fiance, Chris, is here with us. He's also her PR man, so we'll have to be very careful to talk to him. Now, Alexandra, you are the owner and chef.
That's correct.
Tell us a little bit about your background so that we'll know when we get to the important part, my having dinner, we'll know a little bit about your experience. How long have you been here at Piazza Dolce?
Well, we've been here since 2005. When we first opened the restaurant, it was just a cafe. At the time, I was going to school at Suffolk University for entrepreneurship. And in 2008, when we graduated, when I graduated, that's when we decided to open the full restaurant upstairs.
All right. So now, where did you learn all this business? You said before we went on the air, you said you were a business major or learning about business.
Right.
People think everybody that goes to Suffolk University is a lawyer.
Right.
But now you're a chef and entrepreneur here in Winchester.
Yeah.
So let's put you here. Chris, where are you?
I'm the floor manager, and I'm a PR guy for Piazza Dolce. She's in the back cooking up all the specials and making sure all the food's coming out nice, hot, delicious. I'm usually out on the floor making sure that everything's going smooth, everyone's enjoying their meal, the drinks are coming out right, everyone's having a great time, and I just make sure everyone has the best time at Piazza Dolce.
That's what it's all about, right?
Yeah, we're a good team.
All right. So now, this is an Italian restaurant.
That is correct, yes.
Okay, so now this is a little bit about the ambiance. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, so you have separate rooms?
Yes, we actually have 3 separate dining rooms. This that we're in right now, this is the gazebo dining. It is a 4-season dining room, so we do have it open during the winter as well. It is heated. But it's beautiful because in the spring and summer we're able to open up the windows, and it's an outside room. So you're able to enjoy, the beautiful fresh air, and you also get the comfort of being in a room and being enclosed. So
that's perfect. Now, next door we have a full bar.
We have.
We don't have liquor. We have
beer, wine, and cordials.
Beer, wine, and cordials.
So we do have a large list of martinis, mojitos, cordial cocktails, all made with cordials. That our mixologist created for us. One of the favorites is the Sanguinello mojito. It's a blood orange mojito. It's really delicious. But that is our bar dining room on the inside. It's a little bit more entertainment oriented. We have the TVs in there. We have the bar, which is the pinnacle of the room. The bar is right into the center of the room. And behind the bar, we have the kitchen, so you can actually see the kitchen and the wood-fired brick oven from the dining room.
And I understand you have another room for a little.
Yes, and then in the lower level, we actually have our private dining room. So we have tables of 8 to 10. They're really good for meetings. They're really good for people who would like to dine with family or friends, or they like something a little bit more quaint, a little bit more romantic maybe. It's a little bit darker. It's almost like our grotto bar down there. It's really lovely.
So now we'll take some pictures of that before we leave. How's the menu? Is that an eclectic Italian menu?
Yes, I would say our menu is really, it's not a large menu, but we have a good variety. So we have a variety of different salads. Everything that we make here too, it's Dolce style. Yeah. So in most places you'll get like a bruschetta salad, and it'll be chopped up minced tomatoes on like crunchy bread. Our bruschetta salad is completely different. It's a large plate, our fresh homemade bread that we make in-house, toasted. It has a mountain of tomato salad mixed with balsamic vinegar and red onions, layered with fresh mozzarella, layered with prosciutto. It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing. Sometimes you have to have, in my experience in talking to a lot of chefs, you have to have that artistic flair. It's no, you don't. That's right. It has to. When you see people preparing the towel goes around to wipe off
you gotta
in
make
case
sure
there was
it's
a
clean,
drip.
it's presentable.
The presentation is perfect. The color, we'll go into that a little later when we have our dinner. But it's so important that people get involved in that because I think every chef, every good chef, has the idea, when they put it on the plate in front of you, I prepared that.
Yeah.
I don't want you to go, you know, I want you to say, holy mackerel, this is going to be great.
Yeah.
You even say it's great before you even eat it. You know what I mean? It's even wonderful.
Right.
All right, so now, how about the wait staff? Some of the most important things that are going on now in the restaurant business are allergies.
Yep.
So that everybody's trained.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gluten,
Everyone
all that
is
stuff.
trained on the allergens. You know, being my sister had a gluten allergy for a large period of her life, and so we're really sensitive to those kinds of needs.
Yeah.
Allergens have had such an increase over the last few years that it's so important to know about cross-contamination and, you know, peanut allergies, tree nuts.
But it's
really
not.
important.
It's not. If somebody says my son has a gluten allergy, it's not a problem. You can.
No,
take care
not
of
at all.
it.
Not
Okay.
at all. No, we always have gluten-free pasta. Everything that we make in the kitchen is made to order. So, you know, anytime someone needs to remove something, they can't have mushrooms or, you know, anything at all. I mean, we've basically heard all different kinds of allergies, and we've been able to accommodate with all of them.
How about the website? What do we got on there? Everything on there?
Everything on that. We have the full menu. We have the catering menu as well. We have the address, the phone number where you can call up and make your reservations. We have some pictures of the food that's being offered from the menu, as well as descriptions. Everything you want on the website. You can
What
get.
is it? What's it?
The website is cafepiazzadolce.com. So it's CAFEPIAZZADOLCE.com.
Everything with us is really long.
Yeah, that's good. We'll repeat that. Remember, when we come back later on,
Yep.
we're going to go over some of this again, because if somebody just get up to get a drink of water or something, I just want to make sure they hear it on the second time around.
Yep.
So we're going to have. Would you recommend reservations on certain nights? Or like
Yes.
on the weekend?
Well, you know, like we said, everyone likes to sit out in the alfresco room,
Yeah.
and so we definitely, make reservations. Call ahead. If you have preferred seating, let us know so we can accommodate. But it does get really busy in here, and so we'd like to accommodate as many people as we can. So call aheads and reservations are definitely useful.
Once again, I mean, we're not a big restaurant. We have probably 60 seats, 65 seats. So I mean, it takes a minute to call up, make a reservation. We make sure you have the table that you want to sit at in the area that you would like to sit at.
Yeah.
And you know, it helps us help you enjoy your experience that much more.
Our regulars know which tables they like, so we like to accommodate.
Yep.
So what do you think you might prepare today for me to eat?
Well, we're going to show you a few things. We're going to make a really nice haddock al carciofo dish, which it's been our special for the last few weeks. It's been really popular, and so we're going to show you that. And we're also going to do a nice fresh clam linguine, and hopefully if we have time, we can show you how we make our hand-tossed pizzas.
Well, I think we're ready to go. Here we are. Now we're in the kitchen. This is the most important part, the preparation of my dinner.
That's right.
That's right. So now we're going to talk to Alexandra. She's got her, I'm sorry, but she's got her chef equipment on, her dress
Wardrobe
very
change.
sharp looking. And let's go. What are we going to make now first?
Okay, well first we're going to make the haddock al carciofo dish. All right, so we're going to start off with a little bit of vegetable oil. We're going to coat the pan. All right.
Yeah.
Now while this is heating up, I can show you a little bit about the ingredients that we're going to be working with today. So we have fresh haddock. Now all of our produce, seafood, vegetables, everything, I pick out myself every morning. So wake up first thing in the morning, go to the market, pick everything myself. I'm very particular about my seafood especially. So we have some fresh haddock, we have some fresh cut garlic, we have some artichokes, some fresh anchovies, basil, fresh tomatoes, radicchio, fresh lemon. We're going to be working with some clam stock, some Pinot Grigio white wine, and chicken stock as well.
Wow.
So
That's probably one of the most important parts of running a restaurant, is that you have to go out there and get this stuff
yeah,
fresh.
it's very important. It's very
Purveyors,
important.
you
Yeah,
gotta have-
we're actually in the process of working with Right Lock Farm right here in Winchester to get some fresh local produce.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the local thing to do nowadays.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
right.
it's good. It's fresh.
it is
Yeah,
fresh.
it's fresh. Yeah.
How about the heat? You guys ever get used to the heat in the kitchen, like when it's August and it's
Yeah,
muggy?
well, we're able to control the heat in the kitchen, you know, with we have air conditioners and stuff like that. But You know, it's hot in the kitchen. You know
It's
what they
hot
say.
in the kitchen,
so.
that's right.
You know, our kitchen's very small, as you can see, but you know, we're able to keep things at a minimum. We don't buy in large quantities. You know,
Yeah.
we keep it small, we keep it simple, so it really works for us.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's very good.
But this is where we do all of our baking. We don't use our budget. We actually use this for everything for chicken parm al fornos, pizzas. We
Came
bake
from
bread.
Italy.
Yeah.
So how you went to Italy and bought it? You
No,
bought
it
on-
took 6 months to get here. It came on, they put it on the ship, and then it came from New York, and then they had to Mayflower it down here. So
And then who puts it together? Your
actually
dad
came-
come down and do that for you
my
too?
dad. Well, it actually came just like that, and so we actually had to cut the wall out when we brought it in when we were first building the restaurant. But it's pretty large, it's about 6 feet in diameter.
Don't be afraid to give Dad a few tips. We're gonna make him famous here.
Oh,
He's a
my father,
builder,
yeah, my father's already quite famous.
Really? Good, I'm glad. Us old guys gotta stand together here. What's that now you're putting in there?
A little bit of flour, just testing out the oil to see if it's ready yet.
Okay.
We can actually probably start the clam linguine. Actually, the clam
All right.
linguine is really simple. When you're making multiple dishes, it's good to be able to multitask a little bit. A little bit of extra virgin olive oil, high quality extra virgin olive oil. We're gonna let that heat up a little. Put some fresh garlic in there.
You cook at home?
I do. I
Good.
love to cook.
You love to cook.
Food and
That's
family.
why you're in the big, yeah, that's
Food and
wonderful.
family, those are my two big things. All right, this oil's just about ready. So we're gonna take our haddock. Now come a little closer to you. We're gonna take our haddock. Flour is lightly salt and peppered for flavor. We're gonna shake off some of this flour. This is a nice piece of haddock right
Yeah,
here.
it looks good.
It's a beautiful piece. Okay. We're gonna drop this right in. Now, as that cooks, it's gonna shrink up a little bit, fit into our pan. This oil's heating up. We're gonna put some fresh clams in this clam linguine. Now, again, everything at the restaurant that we make is made to order. So, you know, as a customer, when you come and you order clam linguine and a haddock al catrofo dish, this is exactly what happens. We're gonna put those clams right in. We're gonna let those simmer a little bit. Have them get nice
Would
and
that,
hot.
would that, if I came down now, would that affect my dinner? Would I be saying you're gonna cook me? It's gonna be, everybody's dinner is cooked right here. So now, would I say I'm gonna have a couple of glasses of wine before dinner while it
Yeah,
just
maybe you'll
takes a
start
couple
with
of seconds
absolutely. You know, you
longer?
start with a nice antipasto salad, a nice bruschetta salad. We have some great appetizers. The eggplant enzo is like a very well-known staple in the restaurant. It's little eggplant sandwiches with fresh, with prosciutto and spinach and cheese, and it has our tomato salad on there. You know, fried mozzarella, our house calamari. Clam strips, you know, we try to stay seasonal, but
Right.
start with a nice appetizer, start with a nice salad while your entree is being prepared. But even though we make our dishes to order, it's not like you're going to wait 45 minutes for your food.
Okay.
We're going to flip that over just like this. This haddock is so beautiful, it's so light, it doesn't even fit in the pan. This is wonderful. Let that garlic sweat a little bit. Fresh garlic is really important. You know, we chop our own garlic. You know, we never use anything jarred or anything
Yeah.
like that. But it's really nice to let it heat up a little bit slower so the garlic can sweat out a little bit.
Well, it looks wonderful.
Now, growing up, I learned how to cook at home. I learned how to cook with my family. I'm the baby of a very large Italian family.
Really?
So, you know, when I was taught as a child, you know, growing up watching my nonna, watching my tias cook, it was all about the smell. You know, so when you were cooking the clams or you're making the sauce, you always kind of give a little smell, and that's what tells you when it's ready. We're gonna let those, see how the garlic's starting
Yeah,
to
I
brown a
see
little
the
bit,
garlic,
just a
yeah.
little. That's really good. So we're gonna add a little bit of white wine to this, bring it away from the flame. Alright.
Yeah, gives a little flavor. That looks good on the TV too.
Yeah,
I like
it
that.
does. I don't like a lot of flame though. You know, I like the wine to burn off on its own without having to ignite on
Yeah.
fire. A little bit of clam stock. We're gonna let that simmer. That's perfect. All right, we're gonna shut this off momentarily. Grab another pan. All right, this haddock is gonna finish in the oven.
Oh, all right, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna pull this right off. Make sure our flame is off, okay? And we're gonna let this finish in the oven. Okay. Now in the meantime, this is the quick part.
Quick
What's
part.
really nice about this dish, the quick part. Okay. We're gonna add our garlic. Pass it around really fast. We're gonna add our anchovy now. This is gonna give this dish a really nice seafood flavor without having to add any extra salt, any extra stock. We're gonna mush the anchovy and the garlic together. Really nice. See how the anchovies kind of disappear in the dish.
The anchovies will kind of disappear anyway if you just
Yes.
left them sitting there, right?
Well, it depends. You know, in an oil dish like this, the anchovies might fry a little, and then you might be stuck with a dry, harder pieces, but this way it's nice and... Okay, so now we're left with this. We're going to put our fresh tomato in, just like that. You can already start to smell
Yeah, I
the
can smell it.
flavors.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Okay, and then we're going to add the artichokes. Basil. I'm going to squeeze 2 halves of lemon in here. This is a really, really nice seasonal dish for the summer. It's really light, really flavorful. Lemon and basil is an incredible combination.
The color is important.
Yes, and the color. Now with the color, we're going to add a little bit of radicchio. Just like this. Look how beautiful that is.
You're gonna learn how to flip that stuff in the pan, huh?
Yes. I'm going to add just a touch of chicken stock just for moisture. And we're going to let that simmer a little bit. We're going to add a little bit of lemon to this as well. We already have our wine and our clam stock. We're going to add a little bit of fresh parsley. A bit of red pepper flake, just a touch. And we're going to let that finish steaming a little. Let that reduce. Very nice. Very nice.
Just so,
Now this-
just from the inquisitive part,
Yeah.
did somebody come in there and light this fire early in the morning?
Every morning.
Every morning?
Every morning, yep. Every morning the fire is lit first thing in the morning.
'Cause you have to get it up to a certain temperature, right?
Yeah, we like to keep it at about 550 degrees, and in the back of the oven it's actually much hotter. It can get up to about 700, 800 degrees.
So you keep moving things around a
So you
little
keep
bit.
moving things around, yeah. We found, you know, we have a certain spot that we keep the wood in
Yeah.
so that it distributes the heat evenly. One of the indications that the oven is ready is when the entire cap of the oven turns white. You know, it's a bit of a momentous heat, and so it takes a while for the oven to heat up. But about 500, 550 on the thermometer. That way we know in the back of the oven it's a little bit hotter. Yeah, we use this oven for everything. We use it for our bread. You know, we rise our own bread every day, and we bake it around 4 o'clock. So come dinner time, it's nice and fresh.
That's another thing we should have talked about out there was what the hours are.
Well, the cafe actually opens at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
And so we offer coffee and pastry, sfogliatella, brioche, up until about noontime, and then lunch starts at around noon, around 11 noon, and then dinner starts at about 5. But we offer the whole menu all day. On Saturdays and Sundays, we do offer a great brunch menu. We do frittatas, we do Italian French toast.
What day do you get to sleep late?
Mondays
Nope.
were closed.
Mondays-
Mondays were closed. But Mondays is my time to come in. I get to practice. I get to play. You know, I get to go to the market and see what's fresh, what's new. We do a specials menu. So in addition to our regular menu, we have
one or two things every day.
we
for
actually do
special?
about like five to six different specials. You know, I'm really. I get really excited about the food. I get really excited about, you know, what's new or what's fresh or what's seasonal.
I
and-
can tell you're pretty excited right now.
yeah,
That's good.
and
You like
so
this
you
is
know,
your spot right here.
yeah, and you know, my staff they're pretty funny because every time I get a special, and we'll do it for like 2 or 3 nights, and they finally get the hang of,
Right, yeah.
you know, they taste it and they try and they explain it and they do really well with it, and then I do a new special and they're like, oh, I have to learn a new special, but it's the whole fun of it, and most of our regular customers, they know, they come here and they ask just for the specials.
That's good.
Let's check on our dishes. Let's see how we're doing here. Our clam linguine is just about done. Look how beautiful that looks. We have a couple more clams that need to open up here, so we're going to let that sit. Just cover that. Okay, and then the haddock dish is just about ready. Just about right. Let's give it a. Ah, that's very nice.
So you
smell
want
that?
it? Yeah, I can smell it. Now,
Very
what
nice.
you can tell by looking. I mean, this is all just
Right.
experience, right?
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You know, the tomatoes start to cook down a little bit. They become a little bit more clear, a little softer on the edges.
Yeah.
The basil has absorbed. The anchovy and the garlic has melted in. You get a nice combination of flavors here, a nice combination of colors. All right, so let's drop our pasta. Let's let this instead of a juice, just a little bit more. We'll drop our pasta. Okay, we have one. And we have two. Right here. Very nice.
Very
Now,
good.
there are certain dishes that we do as well. My grandmother and I like to make pasta together on Mondays or on Sundays when I'm off.
Homemade
So
pasta.
homemade pasta, yeah. We still try to keep the tradition alive. So, and whenever we do have the pastas, we make sure we tell customers that today we have fresh fusilli, today we have fresh fettuccine.
Does she have a secret with her pasta?
She does everything by hand. She doesn't have any big tools. It just takes a really long time. But we make it in small batches. That way I can come visit her
It's
every
an
Monday.
altogether different. It's a different product. Homemade
Oh
pasta.
yeah,
and pasta
absolutely,
pasta.
absolutely. One of the dishes that we make that's a really popular dish, also a made-to-order dish, is the alla matriciana. Have you ever heard of alla matriciana?
No, I'm sorry.
Well, that dish in particular is it's pan-seared pancetta. You know what pancetta is?
Yeah.
Yeah, pan-seared pancetta. We render all the fat out. We
Okay.
caramelize some onions in that. We add some fresh tomatoes, some fresh Romano and Pecorino cheese, a touch of cream, and we toss that with the fresh pasta. And when that all cooks down, it's almost like a brownish pink Alfredo sauce almost, just
Really?
because
I
of
was
all
gonna
the
say
cheese
creamy,
that
huh?
all the cheese that you add into it and everything. And it's such a rendered dish. It's such a deep dish. And when you put it with like a fresh fettuccine pasta or a fresh any kind of fresh pasta, pappardelle pasta, my girl loves making that. It really absorbs all the flavors and really absorbs all the heaviness, and it's such a bold flavor. It's really delicious. One of our most popular dishes. My fiance's favorite dish, as a matter of fact. He loves to be my taste tester. We're just about ready. Let's take one final peek at the haddock, see how we're doing.
Okay.
Just about ready. Wonderful, wonderful. We're gonna take our linguine. Grab our pasta bowl here. We're gonna toss the linguine with a little bit of fresh parsley first. The heat from the parsley.
All right, a little
the heat from
parsley,
the pasta
yeah.
rather, is gonna bring out all the nice flavor of the parsley. You can smell that. See all
Yeah.
that beautiful steam. And we're gonna just drizzle this right on top. Just like that. And you have a fresh, simple plain linguine. You can garnish this with a little fresh parsley. For my flavor, I like a little bit more red pepper. You like spice or you don't like spice?
Yeah.
You like a little spice?
Yeah.
Okay. And there you have it. You have a nice, fresh, simple plain linguine dish. All right.
And it's simple to say, a little hot, a little parsley, the color, everything, you know, those little red dots make a big deal. You know what I mean? It's just perfect.
And color and
Just like
flavor.
perfect.
Yeah,
Color and
absolutely,
flavor.
absolutely.
That's right.
All right.
All right.
And then we can plate our next dish. See, within a matter of just a few minutes, you have a fresh pot. I mean, obviously, when we're working in the kitchen, we're not having such wonderful conversation all the time. All right, some fresh pasta. Then we're going to grab our haddock.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Good idea. Wait.
Yep, just like this. Piece. Very nice. The haddock itself is such a flaky fish, and it picks up a little bit of the flavor
Yep.
of the brigava itself. We're going to garnish this first with a little bit of parsley.
Well, parsley.
I'm sorry, basil.
That's okay.
No.
Basil, we got some basil on there.
Drizzle a little bit more lemon on
Lemon
this
on
for
it.
freshness and for
Yeah.
tart. And then we're going to put this alcachofa mix right on top.
All of that?
Just
No.
like this.
Oh
Just
my
like
God.
And those tomatoes, even though they're nice and whole, when you go to eat into them, they melt right in your mouth. It's not like a whole.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, for those who are a little bit texture sensitive. And then we're going to take some of this fresh radicchio and we're going to just garnish it right on top for just a little bit more color.
If you put that in front of Chris, could he eat the whole thing?
Oh, he could eat 12 of these.
Really?
My father, absolutely.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Wow. That's very good. Look at the color of the bread. Everybody, they eat with their eyes.
Absolutely.
You want to come in and say,
Absolutely.
look at it. It looks beautiful. So let's see how it tastes.
All right, let's do it.
All right. All right, people. Now we're at the most important part of this program where I get to eat all this good food. And joining us is Alexandra's father. Now introduce your dad to the people.
Yeah, this is my father, Enzo. My father is a really great man. Without him, I wouldn't have any of this. He built all of this. And I think he's pretty popular around Winchester, so everyone knows Enzo.
That's good.
They either see him on the roof or on something, building something.
It's pretty important to have a dad that helps all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very lucky.
I had one time a tree fell on my daughter's house, and she called me, and I said, what's the matter? She says, Dad, a tree fell on my house. And I said, well, what do you do about it? She says, I call my father. So that's the way it goes.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
You're going to sit here for a while. You're going to have something to eat?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, go ahead. Again, how are we going to do this?
Well, this is the haddock al carciofo.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to cut
And
this
my father loves a good clam linguine.
Oh, the linguine
Yeah.
is really, really good.
The clam linguine with some
Especially-
fresh clams.
Especially when they cook fresh.
Yep. Nice and hot.
Yeah. Just like we make it at home.
That's right, just like we make it at home.
Yeah. How about some wine?
You people out there?
Well, buon appetito. Buon appetito. 2 bicchieri di vino, 3 bicchieri di vino per far salute. Dove sta porchetta tua?
Very good.
No, I'm just watching.
Oh,
Very
you're just
good.
gonna
Oh,
watch?
Yeah, you eat.
Oh, we're gonna
While
try.
we're eating, she's going to tell us where Cafe is located in Winchester.
Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely. We're located at 831 Main Street in Winchester.
Wine, red wine.
And we're right on Main Street. We have our own parking lot as well as street parking. We're handicap accessible. And we're right on Main Street, so it shouldn't be too hard to find.
Not too hard to find.
No.
Right next to Bellino Park.
Right next to Bellino
Just
Park.
Very
right?
famous
Yep.
Winchester. Now, the restaurant itself, the ambiance, we have 2 or 3 rooms here that we can
Yeah,
go
we have
to.
3 dining rooms. The Gazebo dining room, which is what we're in right now, it's a 4-season outdoor dining room. It's a little bit more elegant, a little bit more romantic. It's really fun to, enjoy a nice summer night, have a nice glass of wine, enjoy a very nice light fish dish. How's your haddock, by the way?
Excellent.
You like it?
Excellent, perfect.
Good.
Yes,
How's the
it is
linguine?
perfect.
As usual, delicious.
The other dining rooms that we have is the bar dining room, where it's a little bit more entertainment driven. We have the TVs in there. The bar is the center of the dining room, and so you can actually see the kitchen from the bar, which is really fun. And then we have our private dining room downstairs, which is good for groups, for meetings, for reservations of 8 or more, to be in a little bit more of a private area. But all 3 areas, the food is always perfect.
It is perfect. It is perfect.
Yeah.
Now, we have a website we talked about earlier, but I'd like to have you repeat all that stuff. What is it now, the website?
Website is
We're going to put this up anyway.
Yeah,
on the
sure.
show.
It's www.cafepiazzadolce.com. It's the full name of the restaurant.com. You can make reservations online. You can send us any questions that you might have. You can also order online. We offer we actually hired an outside delivery company that delivers for us, so you can actually order deliveries right online.
So
which
he'll
is
go a
pretty
couple
convenient.
of miles maybe.
Yeah, I think they go about a 5-mile radius. It says it on their website,
Website.
and you can directly connect to their website through our website. So it's pretty convenient.
And as far as, go ahead. I don't mind. Yeah, I'm going to try a little bit
You
of
gotta
it.
have the clam sauce. I'm telling you, the best in the area. Well, some good food. You have to have a little bit of wine.
Not me, but you can have it.
Okay.
Salud.
Salud.
Salute, yeah. Maybe I'll just have a sip.
Salud.
Since I'll make believe it's later in the day.
Yeah, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
Oh yeah, that's
And this
good.
is what it's all about. This is enjoying all the fresh flavors, a nice white wine, you know, enjoying the nice weather, the beautiful ambiance.
And there's
Package.
there's no problem as far as food allergies we were talking about earlier.
Absolutely not.
We want to make
yeah.
sure, because all that stuff is kind of important today.
Yeah,
in the restaurant.
it's definitely increased and become a lot more serious over the last few years, which is really good to make people more aware of all the different allergens that there are out there. But we're absolutely sensitive to all allergies. As you saw in the kitchen, everything we have is made to order and everything's made from scratch. So it's really easy if you have a seafood allergy, you know, vegans, vegetarians, anything like that, we can eliminate. You know, we have one customer who loves the chicken piccata, but they're a vegan, so we don't do chicken, we don't do chicken stock, we do a little bit of everything else, add more vegetables to it, and it's one of her favorite dishes.
I think the fish is wonderful.
Isn't it nice?
Yeah, it's very good, very good.
A little bit of a different texture when you finish it in the oven.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that changes it just a little bit. Those are the little tricks you gotta have. You know what I mean? You have to know how to do that stuff. Now, we talked about when I come in, I can have my salad to begin with.
Yes, yeah.
Maybe and have a little glass of wine. Then I'm gonna have a wonderful clams or whatever I decide to have for dinner.
Right.
We never said anything about dessert.
Well, dessert, that's a really important part, dessert.
Yeah, it is. For me, anyway, I like that dessert.
We actually just started our new, we have a wide variety of new dessert wines that we're offering as a pairing with our desserts. So in the private dining room, we actually have a display of all of our different dessert wines. So if you are seated in the private dining room, it's really nice because you can see all the pastries and you can see all the different dessert wines that we have. And you get to, you know, pick and choose which ones you like. But we make our own lobster tails, we make our own sfogliatella, brioche, and we have a wide variety of different desserts. All of our products are imported from Italy. We make our own cannoli cream. Cannoli shells come from Sicily. That's what we started the business with. When we first started the Cafe Dolce, it was just coffee and pastry. So the pastry part is really important to us. It's our foundation, it's our roots, and so we still take a lot of pride in it.
Chris got old, so while we were sitting here, huh?
What's that?
Chris got old since we've been sitting here.
A little better looking.
We cheated him out of his dinner. Well, what's on the menu is very happy to come down here to Winchester.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Very, very pleasant.
My pleasure.
experience.
My pleasure. We hope
Thank
to
you
see you
very
in the
much.
restaurant
My
soon.
pleasure.
You're an important
Thank you for
man in
coming.
this woman's life, I can
Thank
tell
you.
that.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Next time.